Okay, Teason, are you good? Do you have it?
I got it.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll count us in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the City Council meeting of March 31st. I will call the meeting to order. As in the agenda, there are 2 items of discussion for today. First up on the agenda, item 2.1, ICF extension resolution. I will turn this one to CAO for introduction, and then I can provide feedback as required.
Okay, thank you, Madam Mayor. And so we'll provide a quick update. As you know, April 1st is our formal deadline to start arbitration on the intermunicipal collaboration framework. However, over the last few weeks, we have initiated some conversations with our counterparts at the county, and we consider some promising notes as part of those conversations. So at this point, we are in the opinion together with the county that it will be helpful to ask the Minister of Municipal Affairs for an extension of some time to continue these conversations and formalize the conversations involving the Intermunicipal Negotiating Committee and ultimately entire City Council on both sides to try to get a resolution and an agreement on ICF and other topics of mutual interest for the region. So that's the main reason that we consider prudent to ask for a relatively small extension with the minister. And we have a letter ready to be sent this afternoon or tomorrow morning requesting this extension. County Council has passed a resolution yesterday with the request to solicit an extension up to 2 months to the minister. So it's up to council to mimic that wording or at your will, consider any other different timelines. That's a brief introduction about the status of the conversations. Thank you. You're muted.
Thank you. Sorry for that. Comments or questions for CAO Galante? Okay. So seeing none, there is a recommendation there that Council requests the Minister of Municipal Affairs grant a 6-week extension to the ICF deadline, requiring the City and County of Grande Prairie to finalize the ICF agreement on or before May 13th, 2021. That's the recommendation, and I see Councillor O'Toole has a question or a comment.
I will make that motion if it's time.
That's appropriate, and then I'll just move to comments or questions on the motion. Councillor Thiessen.
Thank you, Mayor Clayton. Just a comment. I'm hopeful that inside of these discussions and continuing discussions that we'll be able to come to a resolution. I think at least when we entered into this, my assumption is that the odds of us coming to an agreement mutually was pretty slim. But this new information, new news, and maybe even the change of leadership has really helped. So I just want to thank our management team and the mayor for engaging in those talks and having those conversations and putting hope on the horizon. So hopefully we can get to an agreement that works for everybody and most importantly works for the people of the region. So that's all I got to say. Thanks.
Thanks, Councillor Thiessen. Anyone else? Councillor Bressie.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work of our CAO and the negotiating committees on both sides to have some talks and bring us back to the table. I hope that we can come across something that's mutually agreed upon, and I've got some optimism right now. At the same time, I would note that there already has been a 1-year extension to ICFs from the minister, and I see a lot of urgency for our 2 current councils to get this done and not leave us on the lap of the other councils. And so for me, I certainly support this motion today, but it's it for me. If we can't figure out something by May 13th, then I absolutely think that we need to go the next step because it wouldn't be right to leave this on the next council's laps. At the same time, really thankful for the work that gives us hope in the next few weeks.
Thank you, Councillor Bressie. Any other further comments, questions on the motion? Seeing none, I will ask you to vote on your e-scribe.
At this time, I can't vote. It's not allowing me to, so I'll just vote in favor.
Thank you.
Mayor Clayton, Councillor Bressie's vote is not recording.
Okay. Councillor Bressie, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the motion is passed unanimously. Thank you for that. Moving on to the second item of today's special council meeting, item 2.2, the Mascua Medical Center. Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Mayor Clayton. Today, we are bringing forward a recommendation that Council direct administration to fund $50,000 from the Economic Development Operating Budget for the Mascua Medical Center business case. At the March 22nd City Council meeting, Council passed a motion to refer to a special meeting of the Economic Development Advisory Committee for the consideration of funding in the amount of $50,000 towards the Mascua Medical Center for the development of the business case. So the Economic Recovery Subcommittee of the Economic Development Advisory Committee, which was specially formed to respond to the impacts of COVID-19 and bring forward recommendations to Council on the spending of the economic recovery budget. We met very quickly last week and met with representatives from the Mascua Medical Clinic to hear a little bit more about the project and to understand the benefits and how it ties into economic recovery. The members of the committee were really excited to hear from the group and really impressed and excited by the potential represented by the project. But this group did recognize that they have been very intentional in terms of the recommendations that they bring forward and ensuring that they directly tie either to short-term stimulus or economic recovery and incentives. So based on that, and recognizing that this project didn't directly fit within the scope and the purpose as approved under their terms of reference, they ultimately recommended against funding this case study out of the Economic Recovery Fund. However, we did include a copy of the motion in the report for Council's reference, and they did strongly encourage the city to fund the business case out of another more appropriate funding source. With that, we did take a look, recognizing the strong ties that it has to economic development and the potential that a project of this has for our region. We do see a good fit for it within the economic development operational budget. We have seen a number of cost savings in terms of our advertising expenses moving to a more virtual format, including our virtual trade shows and other advertising avenues, and have been able to find a number of cost savings. So we're confident that we are able to fund this grant towards the medical center business case out of our operational budget without any significant or negative impacts. So with that, I will put forward the recommendation for consideration and take any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lee. Councillor Councillor Plott.
Thanks, Mayor Clayton. I just want to thank Rebecca and her team. This was a really good conversation at the Economic Development Subcommittee. Everybody wanted it the same as we all wanted Council, but the marching orders that we originally sent from Council with our terms of reference, we just didn't feel it fit. But I really want to thank Rebecca because she even identified during the meeting, she's like, well, we'll figure this out. And do you want to thank her for basically offering up the funding for out of her development fund, economic development fund. So thanks for that, Rebecca. And it certainly wasn't something they didn't want to see go forward with. I just want to make sure that, I know Ms. Lee mentioned that, but the committee definitely, it was a very good conversation and really sees the value of this in the community. Again, just didn't really feel it hit our terms of references, but unanimously said this should get funded one way or another. So I just want to give you a little more in depth on that, but happy to support this.
Great, thanks, Councillor Plott. Any further comments or questions? Councillor Bressie.
Great, thank you. Just, do we know what the status of other municipalities is? I know the county's agreed to fund this. Do we know if it's gone to the MD yet?
I can answer that, or Ms. Lee, if you wanted to. So I spoke with Grande Prairie yesterday. After she let me know that it did pass at their meeting, and then I spoke with Ms. Side from Mascot. It has gone to the MD with the request for $25,000, and it hadn't been voted on yet, but they had good discussions and had the information. They just haven't had a chance to have a meeting to vote on it yet.
Great, thank you.
If somebody was willing, there's a recommended motion there, or be open to any other motion. Councillor Palat.
Thanks, Mayor Clayton. So I just make that motion that Council direct administration to fund $50,000 from the Economic Development operating budget for the Moscow Medical Center business case. Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Comments or questions on the motion? Sorry, is that a thumbs up, Councillor Thiessen, or your question? Okay. I will call the question now. Please vote. I know, so I see Ms. Krzyzewski, I see Councillor Minhas is that a question or in favor, Councillor Minhas? You're muted, sorry.
No, I'm in the favor. I'm trying to get on the computer. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So Councillor Minhas is in favor. Councillor O'Toole?
In favor.
Thank you. Anyone else unable to vote on their e-scribe?
Mayor Clayton, I have Councillor Friesen. I'm waiting for her vote as well.
Okay. Councillor Friesen, how do you vote?
Thank you, Mayor Clayton. Yeah, it didn't come up on mine. I vote in favor.
Great. Thank you for that. Ms. Krzyzewski, would you have everyone else now? There we go. Carried unanimously. Thank you very much, everyone, for that. Just getting back here to the agenda. I know that is everything on our agenda for today, and I see nothing further, so I will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you so much for your time, everyone, today.
You have a good day.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Happy birthday, Kevin O'Toole.
Happy birthday. Bye.
Happy birthday, Governor Toole.
Okay.